Alright everyone, now we need to talk about Mr. Routh. Yes indeed. Apparently some time ago he wrote a letter, parts of which has been released actually, in which he says, "I have failed you," basically sends it off to a friend, and encourages other people to kill Donald Trump. I think that the motive for this particular assassination attempt, therefore, is fairly easily understood. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what the target was, and not that it took a genius to figure it out even before this release, but it just proves exactly what we've seen before. The legacy media has come out and called Donald Trump the devil. They call him Hitler. They call him Satan, over and over and over again for years and years and years. Basically, I think that the operative goal is just let nature take its course. That is, that they're trying to radicalize nuts. And Routh appears to be actually a nut. I mean, apparently he had a horse in his living room at one point. He sounds like a little bit of a weird dude now, doesn't he? You get the nuts all riled up for years and years with propaganda and convince them Donald Trump is literally going to destroy your country. Everything will come crashing down if he's not stopped. Well, you're a nut. How do you stop somebody? You shoot them. That's the whole point. The legacy media has radicalized a small movement within the population to try and off Donald Trump. And then the Secret Service and other groups associated, DHS especially in the first case, simply allow it to occur. That's the whole goal. It's not that they're actually legit inciting a person to commit an act of violence against Donald Trump. It's just that they're insinuating that it's okay to do that, and then they're facilitating their ability to take the shot. And Trump has survived 2 different attempts now. I have no doubt that there will be another attempt at some point, because there are plenty of nuts in society. The problem is that there are plenty of mentally ill people out there who possess a firearm, or a knife, or whatever it happens to be, or maybe chemical gas or something like that. We're still not sure exactly what happened at the Trump rally in Tucson the other day. And they've been completely radicalized. They've been told this man is literally Hitler. He is literally going to upend your entire way of life, subjugate you, abuse people, become a dictator. When you tell people things like that about an individual, if you could go back in time, for example, and shoot Joseph Stalin, you know, back in the early 20th century or something like that, nobody would, I mean, well, the Soviets would consider you a war criminal and put you in a gulag, but people in the West, they would consider it no particular crime. They wouldn't have had a problem with it. You'd be celebrated. Some of these people, they're simply looking to be celebrated, actually. And the legacy media is facilitating their madness by trying to claim that Trump is basically the same as like a dictator or something like that. He's going to create an oligarchy. Him and his cronies will run the country. That's the long and short of it. The Trump assassination attempt has taken an even weirder twist, though, because now we actually have a letter from the shooter, corroborating exactly what we all knew, but the legacy media didn't want to acknowledge the existence of this sort of mindset for this individual. It wanted to say, well, we're not exactly sure why he was at the golf course with the AK-47. No, we're not sure. No, there was a different target. You know, the Secret Service agent over there, you know, Smith over there, stole his girlfriend or something like that. No, it's looking less and less likely by the moment now, isn't it? And I'm not surprised in the least that there would be a letter left behind. This person had grandiose personality traits, it appears, and seems to have thought himself some sort of revolutionary. Yes, it's revolutionary to kill off the candidate that actually represents progress. Yeah, and Elon Musk deleting his tweet about Kamala and Biden didn't go over so well now, did it? I think there was a reason for that. You're not allowed to criticize the regime. If you call Trump the devil, it's perfectly fine. I assure you that he's not the devil. But if you criticize Kamala, you know, you're racist and shit like that, you're misogynistic. A strong, empowered BIPOC woman, you know, who don't need, well, I mean, she does need a man, namely Tim Walz, actually. Her husband must feel so cucked, by the way, at times. And I'm sure that they're fucking, too. Now, the assassination attempt was obvious from the get-go. It was obvious what the motive was. There's nobody else at that golf course that possibly could have been the target. It wouldn't make any fucking sense. He intended to shoot Donald Trump, and almost succeeded. He ended up getting fired on by Secret Service, and thankfully they took him alive. That's because he is probably a government asset. He's one of those MK Ultra types, one of those Project Monarch types, actually. And you can go down that rabbit hole if at your leisure. Some of you will find that infinitely amusing. He was trying to kill Trump. We knew this. What other fucking target would he possibly have? It's like the legacy media acted like it was this big confusing story. It's we're not exactly sure why somebody showed up at Trump's golf course while Trump was there, so he had to know that Trump would be there with a gun. How did he know that Donald Trump was at his golf course that day? Either he did a lot of deep digging and tracking and shit like that, or somebody tipped him off. I lean towards the latter. I think that there is somebody in the Trump campaign itself, or on Secret Service, or in the FBI, whatever the hell it happens to be, tipping off lunatics, basically. Hey, Trump's going to be here today. He's taking a lid day. He's going to be at his golf course. Oh, fine, says this individual. That's great. I mean, I'm suicidal anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just show up. I'll see if I can take the shot. It just happens to deposit a letter to his friend saying, hey, you know, if I fail, avenge me, basically. I mean, this is insane. I mean, he's insane, quite clearly. But I think the whole country is slowly going insane. It's rather fascinating when you think about it. That's about all. Peace out.